Venom. One of the most potent and powerful weapons in the animal kingdom, this liquid is almost always associated with pain and death. Whether it's employed by a painfully stinging wasp to defend its nest, or a deadly venomous snake to procure its food, venom can elevate an animal's danger tenfold. Now, the United States is personally home to thousands of venomous species, some of which can even inflict a life-threatening venomous bite. Now, today we'll take a look at the top 10 worst bites here in the US to see which ones truly reign supreme. Why? Because that's what I'm all about. My name is Jack, and I've dedicated my entire life to traveling all over the globe to find the strangest and most dangerous creatures alive. I'm willing to get in close where others wouldn't dare in order to uncover and share the truth about even our most deadly and misunderstood animals. Now, this mission has brought me face to face with some of the deadliest animals on Earth, and sometimes even face to face with their bites. Without any further ado, though, let's dive right in. Well, my friends, welcome back. Now, today I have an extra special treat for you all. We are going to be looking at some of the worst bites here in the United States. And we're going to start at our number 10 spot, which is our least worst bite, which is the North American wheel bug. Now, I have endured a bite from the North American wheel bug, and it was one of the most impressive and painful bites that I myself have endured. So let's take a close look at the wonderful and amazing North American wheel bug. The North American wheel bug is our largest native assassin bug here in the US. These insects are equipped with a powerful digestive venom that they employ primarily to hunt and liquefy their prey. Lacking chewing mouth parts, the venom of these insects has to work efficiently at dissolving tissue so that these animals can suck it up through their tube-like proboscis. Of course, this can lead to necrosis in bites on people. But let's take a look at just how bad the bite of the wheel bug really is. Okay, well, we're gonna see how bad this creature hurts, but look at that, how bizarre. Here we go. Ooh, ow, that stings. Ouch, ooh, 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 ooh. Wow, actually, wow. I'm really surprised by that. That's really bad. That's a really bad sting. That's like paper wasp level. I'm surprised. And my arm already feels pretty tight. Look at that. Wow, I'm impressed, buddy. And now I'm getting destroyed by mosquitoes too. Ooh, look at that. Youch. Folks, take a look. This is maybe 5 minutes or so after the initial bite. Let's see if I can coax him over here. Oh my gosh. Look at that. Youchy. Although incredibly painful, the bite of the wheel bug isn't incredibly dangerous, and far from something you should legitimately fear. However, we're only at the first stop on the list, and our next stops are not nearly as inconsequential. Now, next on our list are the fearsome, intimidating, and potentially even dangerous giant centipedes. These are massive, monster invertebrates that are very quick moving and have powerful, fast-acting venom that they use to defend themselves from predators, but mainly to procure prey. So let's take a look and learn some more about not just these amazing centipedes themselves, but the power and damage that their bites can inflict. Giant centipedes are easily one of the creepiest organisms on Earth. Their large build and numerous legs make these creatures look like they jumped out of a sci-fi horror film. And to top it all off, they're venomous. With modified front legs known as forcipules, these large predatory invertebrates are capable of injecting massive amounts of viral venom, which can cause near excruciating pain and can easily kill their prey once injected. But don't just take my word for it. I've been bitten by one of these monstrous arthropods. Let's take a look.
Oh, man. Take a look. Oh, oh, ow, ow, ouch. Oh, woohoo. Come here, cutie. Yowzer. Ah. Woof. Come take a look, folks. Look at the damage done. Oh, take a look at that. That's those maxillipeds at work there. You can see some bleeding under the skin. That was definitely a more severe envenomation. Oh, son of a nutcracker. Ow!
Surprisingly, there was little to no inflammation after this bite. It was quite literally a flash-in-the-pan type reaction, a short burst of extreme pain that faded fairly quickly and didn't really cause any other lasting effects. Although quite painful, the bite of the giant centipedes is unlikely to cause any serious or lasting damage in the average person. Yes, these are definitely one of the creepiest and scary animals on this list, but we really don't need to worry too much about these intimidating invertebrates. Now, our next stop is one of the most feared arachnids in all of North America, the brown recluse. Feared far and wide for its supposed ability to rot giant necrotic sores into your flesh, these spiders are truly one that most people are afraid of. But how real, how authentic are these claims and reports? Well, my friends, let's take a deep dive and a close look at not just these brown recluses and their bites, but the effects that they've had on me, personally. The brown recluse. Known far and wide for the flesh-rotting capabilities of its venom, this is easily one of the most infamous and feared spiders on planet Earth. But just how much do we know about these spiders, really? While many believe that these arachnids mean certain death, or at the very least that they can rot off an arm in the blink of an eye, there's something big missing from the picture. When we take a look at the chemical composition of these spiders' venom, we don't see the necessary components in the right quantities to cause such damage. So how can we figure out just how dangerous these spiders really are? Let's dive in and see if we truly know just how deadly the bite of the brown recluse really is.
I think you're doing more damage with the container than the spider will do.
Oh, the container's really getting me, folks. Oh, man. Ah! 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 Definitely worse than the tarantula hawk. Ah!
No, I don't want to hurt you. Oh. Ooh. Oh, was that a little pinch? Oh. Come on, get in there. Oh! Okay, wow. That was a really good pinch. Ow. Huh. All right, I'll let you go. Ooh, interesting.
Now, this large patch is indeed necrosis. Now, it might not look like the softball-sized black craters you may have believed these spiders to cause, but this is in fact a true verified brown recluse bite and its full effects. Additionally, this bite was fully systemic, causing strange histamine-like responses, some body aches, lightheadedness at times, and other mild flu-like symptoms. While this might all seem over the top, this bite was still easily managed and treated at home with over-the-counter medicines and wound care ointment. Of course, this is what the venom alone can do. If you aren't sure you've been bitten by a spider but you have what you believe to be a brown recluse bite forming, seek medical attention. Many people misidentify large-scale bacterial infections as spider bites, and those definitely need immediate medical attention to limit the spread of the bacteria and protect the area from permanent damage. Although not perhaps as dangerous as you might have thought, the brown recluse is the first venomous animal on our list that could potentially cause serious harm to a person if bitten. While most bites are fairly inconsequential, in some cases effects can lead to a cascading effect, weakening the immune system and exacerbating the symptoms. While they are far from bringing certain death with their bites, these are not arachnids to underestimate. Keeping in theme with our amazing arachnids, our next stop on today's list is the fearsome, scary, and intimidating black widow. But is this really a correct description? These animals are actually fairly shy and very quick to flee at the first sign of danger rather than stand their ground to fight. Although if they are pushed to the brink of having to defend themselves, they are equipped with a powerful neurotoxic venom that can wreak havoc on the human body, and in some cases, even have some pretty serious side effects. So let's learn a little bit more about the fearsome black widows and how much their venom truly comes into play with their powerful bites. The black widow is easily one of the most feared and iconic spiders here in North America. These animals are equipped with a powerful neurotoxic venom, which is capable of inflicting almost excruciating pain for days or even weeks after you receive a bite. Now, this is my personal worst bite. Easily the most uncomfortable and painful experience of my life to date. This is not a spider bite to mess around with, and not an animal you'd want to be bitten by in any capacity.
All right, so without further ado, I think we're getting ready to try the black widow bite. Whew. All right, so basically what we're gonna do is, hopefully our lighting is good, our angles are good, and I'm gonna try and give the cameraman a little bit of a heads up. Is that a bite? Oh, yep, okay, I felt it there. Gonna see if she, oh, yep, okay. Okay. Okay, yeah, that does hurt a little bit. Yeah, look, you can see that her fangs are inside of me. There. Oh, there she goes, she released. All right, so she bit me right there. I will say not immediate pain, but it is definitely starting to roller coaster. Yeah, is she in focus for you? Mm-hmm. Perfect. Okay, so it's starting to get pretty painful here. So again, neurotoxin, that's telling my body, ouch, owie, that really hurts. Don't make black widows bite you again. Now, I will say, right now, you're probably at home going, what the heck, dude? That's crazy, man. Why would you let a black widow bite you like that, huh? You might get a tummy ache. You might feel a little dizzy. Your arm might hurt, but you are not going to die. If you are bitten by this spider, and you're for sure that it's a spider, you're having a lot of extreme symptoms, go to the doctor. I'll probably make you feel bad. Look, too, so now, sorry, I'm gonna interrupt myself. So a bit about right here. Now you can see it's starting to get red in this area. It's pretty decent envenomation for a black widow. Again, I said bites in secret. Typically the bite is not very painful. I did experience a little bit of a pinch, pretty similar to the brown recluse bite that we experienced just a few months prior. But yeah, you can certainly see already my skin is inflamed. You can see it's almost all the way out here. So it'll be very, very interesting to see the effects of this bite. Okay, so we're at about 4.5 hours. And it is pretty much excruciating pain. I cannot sleep. I cannot lay down. It's, and you can see it's a little bit red. If you can see that on the camera. My lower back is just killing me. My joints are killing me. I mean, it's pretty painful.
While the black widow is certainly our deadliest invertebrate on this list, a full bite is still unlikely to kill an average person. The neurotoxic properties of their venom bond tightly to the neurons in the body, flooding it with extreme pain. And while this takes hours to set in, once it does, it can last days or even weeks before the effects fully wear off. Definitely not a bite you'd enjoy enduring. Now, my friends, we're going to be moving into the reptilian sector of this lovely, lovely country. We're going to be taking a close look at the true power of the bite of the copperhead. Now, these are lovely little small pit vipers native to here in North America, and they possess a pretty decent venom. Now, is this venom likely to kill you? Is it likely to cause some pretty serious effects? I don't know. You'll just have to keep watching to find out. So let's deep dive into the copperhead's venom, their bites, and maybe just about some of these beautiful animals in general. Let's take a look. It may surprise you that the copperhead is one of our least dangerous venomous snakes in the U.S. Their milder venom and conservative injection doses almost always keeps their bites far from life-threatening. Equipped with a potent hemotoxic venom, these snakes are capable of causing extensive necrosis and tissue damage with their bites. Large, blood-filled blisters and discolored patches of skin can form at the bite site, necessitating the need for antivenom to be delivered quickly to save tissue.
Look what we just found. The cutest baby Agkistrodon contortrix. Beautiful copperhead. Now you can take note of that little tail. See that bright yellow color? That's because these snakes and all species in the genus Agkistrodon use what's called caudal luring to attract their prey, which is essentially when they use that bright colored tail and they wriggle it around like a worm or a caterpillar to attract things like frogs and lizards close enough so that they can make that boom, venomous strike. So I'm hoping we can get him to cooperate. Otherwise, I've got this container so I can keep talking about him. Because it's likely that once he finds out that his camouflage is not working to protect him anymore, he's going to try to flee. Oh, are you going to be quite cooperative? That'll be nice. Oh, yes, actually, hey, cutie. Take a look at this beautiful little copperhead. Isn't that so cool? Now, copperheads are hemotoxic, which means their venom attacks blood cells and tissue cells. So typically what happens is it really affects the blood of their prey items, especially in mammals. So they use this quick-acting venom on their prey in order to kill it, and then they will track it down with that forked tongue to find which direction that prey item went.
While the copperhead's bite is fairly mild, they are still potentially dangerous snakes, and if their bites are left untreated, they can easily become worse or infected, leading to more serious complications. Be mindful as to where you step, and you should be out of harm's way with these little vipers. Now our next stop is yet another small pit viper, the pygmy rattlesnakes. Now these are a little bit more dangerous than our copperhead friends, but still their small size and small venom yield make them one of the lesser dangerous venomous snakes here in the United States. So let's take a close look at the beautiful pygmy rattlesnakes to learn more about their venom, their bites, and their potential danger to you people at home. The pygmy rattlesnake suffers much the same in this list as the aforementioned copperhead. Their smaller size and milder venom puts these snakes at a significant disadvantage in a bite compilation list. Also equipped with a hemotoxic venom, these snakes can cause extensive necrosis with their bites. Though genuinely, these snakes are pretty much right on par with copperheads in terms of venom toxicity and danger. So they barely come out over our copperheads.
But look at that gorgeous snake. Once again, not an animal that really has any inclination to bite for no reason. Now, of course, these animals will bite if they feel threatened. But wouldn't you? Wouldn't you bite if you felt threatened by a large predator or something like that? They are more than capable at protecting themselves. They do have a very spicy venom, I would say, that they can use to defend themselves. But as long as they feel comfortable, like how she feels now, that shouldn't be the case. It's okay. Look at that. And you can see like this animal's perfectly camouflaged. All these spots and stripes kind of help conceal her as she moves across the forest floor. This gray, this red, this brown, this all kind of blends into the amalgam of colors on the forest floor here in the southern United States. These pine needles, these oak leaves, you can pretty much find every single one of these colors that appears on this snake on the forest floor. So it helps kind of obscure them not only from their prey, but from their predators as well. Look at that. Now, of course, I don't recommend free handling. That's the term that this is, holding a venomous snake without equipment. But a lot of times I feel like I want to do this to show you all at home just how unlikely these animals are to bite you when you give them space. These animals are, once again, not aggressive, they're defensive. And a lot of times bites happen when people feel threatened by these venomous snakes and feel the need to kill them. And that's when those altercations take place. That's when a lot of those bites happen, because you're getting close enough to the snake and you're trying to actively harm the snake that not only does it feel threatened, but it's close enough to harm you back. And that's why these animals are completely harmless outside of their strike range. If you don't get close enough to these animals, they're not big, they're not long. This animal probably has a strike range of about 1/3 to 50% of its body length, which is not very long. This is one of the smallest venomous snakes in North America, once again. So these animals, careful, buddy. These animals are not really inclined to bite. Their venom is a precious resource that they use to procure their prey.
Their small size and milder venom ranks these snakes fairly low compared to our upcoming reptiles, but they still have a nasty bite. If left untreated, a bite could result in losing fingers, toes, or extensive patches of flesh. In rare cases, they could potentially be life-threatening, though it's not very likely at all. Now our next stop is also a venomous snake, but one from a completely different lineage. That's right, the coral snakes. Now these are relatives to cobras and tiger snakes and all sorts of really venomous species. But just how dangerous are our North American coral snake friends? Let's take a deep dive and let's see if we can find out just how bad the bites of these animals and their behavior that might lead them to bite really is. Let's take a look at our lovely American coral snakes. The coral snakes are venomous elapids related to cobras, tiger snakes, and more. They are equipped with a potent and powerful neurotoxic venom that affects the nervous system and causes paralysis. While their bites won't cause necrotic, flesh-melting effects, the real risk of these snakes is respiratory paralysis. Their neurotoxin can paralyze the diaphragm, making breathing impossible. Quite literally, their venom causes you to asphyxiate and die from lack of oxygen. Luckily, these are fairly shy snakes and don't really go out of their way to bite unless they feel that they have no other option.
What the heck? Check this out! Oh my
Careful.
Oh no, we're good. Look at this, bro.
What the heck?
Eastern coral snake. My life for Eastern coral! Yes! Oh man, all day we've been saying, oh, it's a pretty good coral snaky day out here. And check it out. Finally! This is my first coral snake in the US. I get skunked on them every time I go out looking for them. And I have finally got the elapid of Florida. Oh,
What the hell? Was it just like moving?
just slithering, just out. It's a nice overcast day. These animals, there's some studies to potentially show that they can kind of operate in these lower temperatures because their main food is other snakes. So if they can kind of get the drop on some of these other snakes that might be a little chilly on a day like today, they are gonna get a big, juicy, fantastic meal. Oh my gosh. The colors are fantastic. What a beautiful, beautiful snake. Not a bite you would want to take, but a fantastic snake I couldn't resist getting a hold of. Wow.
While one of the more potently venomous snakes so far, their small yield and unlikeliness to bite does not position these animals any higher. Being a neurotoxin, these bites can be treated symptomatically until the venom is flushed out of your body. So even without antivenom, if you can get to a hospital within a few hours of being bitten, you will likely be completely fine. Now our next stop is also a reptile, but not a snake. That's right, folks. Finally, here in these beautiful deserts of Arizona, I have encountered a Gila monster. Now, the Gila monster is our largest native lizard and the only venomous lizard that exists here in the United States. They have a powerful bite pressure and excruciatingly painful venomous bites. So let's take a deep dive and a close look at everything that makes these gigantic, awesome, osteoderm-covered lizards the most amazing species here in the US. Let's learn about the Gila monsters and their bites. The Gila monster and Mexican beaded lizards are our most venomous lizards on Earth. Equipped with a powerful venom, these lizards and their bites can cause a variety of symptoms, from headaches and dizziness to excruciating pain and internal bleeding. Unlike venomous snakes, Gila monsters do not possess hollow fangs to inject venom. Instead, their venom is released directly into their mouths, and they then chew this venom into their victims. While our venomous snakes primarily use their venom to procure prey, the Gila monster's diet of defenseless baby animals and eggs might suggest that they've evolved their painful venom more so for defense against predators.
Folks, check this out right here. This is the iconic Gila monster. Now, we have been out hiking for hours and hours and hours, and this was the trophy. This was the light at the end of the tunnel. This right here is North America's largest and only venomous lizard. Now, this animal has a powerful neurotoxic venom that it stores in these fat salivary glands down in the bottom of the jaw. And these creatures are awesome. This is a fantastic lizard. Now, easily, this creature right here has one of the most powerful and potent bites of any animal here in these deserts. Not only is that venom extremely painful once injected, but these little guys have a powerful bite force. They're like bulldogs, the way that they have to grab their prey with sharp teeth. And these guys, they don't have hollow fangs like a snake might have. These guys have to chew their venom into their prey. And that's the only way they can actually deliver that venom. So that bite force, you can see how fat those little heads are. A lot of that meat is just jaw power. So these are truly one of Arizona's most iconic reptiles, easily one of our most iconic reptiles here in the United States. And truly one of the most powerful and worst bites that anyone could endure in these deserts. But luckily, these lizards are protected. As you can see, hands off, not even allowed to touch this guy. So luckily, we found him on a morning walk, just kind of tucked in here, resting his eyes a little bit, probably between raiding quail or rabbit nests, because these guys are nest specialists. But so awesome, folks. Easily one of the biggest targets here in Arizona. Too cool.
With one of the most painful vertebrate bites on Earth, our lovely venomous Gila monster more than deserves to be in the top 3 worst bites here in the US. While unlikely to kill you, these bites do not sound like a walk in the park. Luckily, these animals are fairly slow-moving and protected in the entirety of their range here, so you aren't likely to experience the searing pain of these lizards' powerful bites anytime soon. Our next stop on today's list, once again, we're going back to the snakes, is the fearsome cottonmouth. Now, these animals get a pretty bad rap for being really aggressive and quick to chase and bite, even though that's not usually the case at all. These animals are defensive at best, and of course will defend their lives if they feel that they're in danger. But don't take my word for it. Let's take some cottonmouth word for it, because we're going to go and meet up close and personal with some amazing cottonmouths. So let's take a deep look and peer into the magical, mythical world of the cottonmouth. The cottonmouth has a reputation for being one of the most aggressive and dangerous snakes in the US. And while this aggression is misreported and misrepresented, these snakes are certainly one of our more dangerous species. The venom of the cottonmouth is one of the more potent snake venoms here in the States, and this, coupled with a potentially large venom yield, makes these snakes more than capable of potentially killing a healthy adult human being.
Now, the venom of these animals is pretty severe. A bite from one of these snakes would definitely land you in the hospital, and eventually could become life-threatening if left untreated. But, oh, they're such cool snakes. I love the keeled scales. Just the thick lines on the scales. Perfect for helping kind of catch the water. Hi, you're so cute. You're so pretty. Look at that. Really a well-behaved snake. She was trying to get away, and once she figured out that she was going to have a hard time doing that, she kind of has decided to calm down, which is good, which is helpful for the video. She's kind of difficult to see because she's wanting to keep an eye on me. Come look at the camera. Come look at the camera. Look at that. Despite what people think, these snakes don't chase you. They're not out to get you. They're not out to bite you. They're just simply trying to go about their lives as snakes. So they're more interested in getting away from you. They see you as a pretty scary, intimidating animal, a pretty scary, intimidating predator that could potentially want to kill and eat them. So their main, idea is to get away from that, to get away from the possible bodily harm, which sadly is the case for a lot of these snakes because they are killed by people quite often, not as a predation event, but as people simply killing them because they misunderstand them.
Our lovely cottonmouths sit at an impressive number 2 slot in today's video. Their bites are nothing to mess around with. Extensive necrosis, internal bleeding, and blood clotting issues, as well as a whole host of other nasty symptoms, can accompany this snake's bite. So what could possibly beat this reptile out for first place? I guess you'll just have to wait and see.
Now at number 1 on our list, folks, are the rattlesnakes. Some of our largest and most dangerous rattlesnakes here in the U.S. are easily, hands down, the most powerful venomous biting animals in the country. Many species have a powerful concoction of venom, sometimes of both hemotoxic, neurotoxic, and even cytotoxic properties. And all these can come together to absolutely wreak havoc on the bodies of us mammals. So let's take a deep dive and learn about some of the most dangerous biting rattlesnakes here in the United States. Let's dive right in.
That's right. The U.S. is home to some of the most venomous and deadly rattlesnakes on Earth. From our dry, hot deserts to the swampy east, rattlesnakes can be found in just about every habitat we have here. However, 3 pull ahead for the deadliest rattlesnakes in the U.S. Our first stop is easily our most commonly encountered deadly snake in the U.S., the western diamondback rattlesnake. These reptiles can get massive, pushing lengths well over 5 feet long, and can inject a horrific amount of venom with a defensive bite. Bites can cause extensive necrosis and hemorrhaging, and can easily claim the extremity that you were bitten on, and perhaps even move on to claim your life. These are nasty and serious bites that require medical attention within hours of being bitten. That is, if you want to keep all of your limbs.
Look at this beautiful western diamondback. Hi, buddy. Whoa, easy, easy now. Look at that beautiful. Oh, whoa. You see that, guys? All right. I know you were just lounging. You were just moseying through. Obviously, you see where they get that name, rattlesnake. This crazy adapted blob of scales at the end of their tail has that beautiful rattle sound. Hey, look at that. He's in a perfect defensive position, ready to strike should I come too close. Wow, look at that. Beautiful South Texas western diamondback rattlesnake. Hey, it's okay. All right, now's the part of the show where I kiss it on the mouth. Just kidding. These rattlesnakes have incredibly powerful hemotoxic venom. And should I get bitten by one, even if it weren't a life-threatening bite, I could still lose limbs or digits. Wow. Look at this snake. Boink. It's okay, buddy. This is a good size, a medium-sized adult. They can get 2 or 3 times bigger than this, though. Wow, look at that. I know you're scary. Now, this is the main defense mode of these snakes. It's to rattle that tail, to intimidate, to let you know, hey, listen, I don't want to have to, but if I have to, I will drop you. These snakes are a very serious bite, very dangerous animals. But as you can see, he's not chasing me. He's just curled up. He's let himself know, hey, don't mess with me. Don't come any closer, because if you do, if you invade my personal space, I'm gonna bite you.
The western diamondback rattlesnake is a particularly dangerous species simply due to the fact that it inhabits such a wide range. Additionally, these deadly vipers are able to adapt fairly well to urban encroachment in their habitat, and so are encountered regularly by people and pets. Many believe that this makes them one of the deadliest snakes in the US, as even smaller individuals are capable of inflicting a deadly bite. Of course, again, these animals aren't out to get us, and strike only when they feel their lives are in danger. Our next stop is our most venomous native species, the Mojave rattlesnake. Found in the American Southwest, these snakes are drop for drop one of the most venomous snakes in the Western Hemisphere, and easily our most potent rattlesnake species out west. Their bites are a nasty concoction, often with hemotoxic and neurotoxic properties, causing signature rattlesnake necrosis with elements of the nasty paralysis and pain you might see from a coral snake bite. These combined elements of their venom have an easy time making bites from these snakes more than life-threatening.
Oh, folks, check this beautiful little guy out. It's a nice, cool morning. No bigger than maybe 2 little $half put together. Is one of the most venomous snakes in this entire desert. This tiny little snake here is the Mojave rattlesnake, or Mojave green rattlesnake. Now, drop for drop, this species right here might just be our most venomous snake in all of the US. They have a powerful, fast-acting venom that is truly no joke. And this is a beautiful little snake. At first glance, it might seem like you're looking at maybe a prairie rattlesnake or a western diamondback. But no, my friends, this, to me, is clearly a tiny baby Mojave. Now, these are such gorgeous little animals, and although they look so similar to those western diamondback babies, they are really, truly very unique. Let's see if you guys can pinch in just a little closer. Because this guy, it's a nice, cool morning. He's found himself a nice little area. Perhaps maybe he lives back up in these little grasses and things, but look at that. What a gorgeous little animal. And as you can see, he's just kind of carefully watching me, carefully keeping an eye out on me, because these lovely animals, like all rattlesnakes, are defensive in nature. So while he doesn't feel threatened, this little baby doesn't feel threatened. It's not gonna feel the need to strike. It's not gonna feel the need to even rattle. But you can see he's watching me, that little tongue flick, that little thing. That's telling me basically, don't push your luck, pal. Don't push your luck, buddy. If I had to bite you, I will. And even a small snake like this could deliver a really, really nasty bite. This is not a species to mess around with, folks. But how beautiful of a Mojave rattlesnake is this?
Our final stop is our largest and true deadliest rattlesnake species, the eastern diamondback. With an extremely potent venom and massive build, these are easily the most dangerous venomous snakes here in the US. Their venom and yield can take even the biggest and healthiest of adult humans down, and with powerful hemotoxic properties, can easily destroy tissue at first contact. Extensive necrosis, organ failure, and even full-body shock can set in after being bitten by one of these animals. Now, these snakes inhabit the southeastern U.S. and use their venom primarily to hunt a variety of smaller animals. But let's take a close look at one of our most iconic rattlesnake species, the eastern diamondback, to learn more.
Easy. These animals have incredibly potent toxin. Of course, like most rattlesnakes, there's a heavy hemotoxic component that can cause tissue damage and cell damage and blood damage, which I would prefer not to have. Even a snake this size could potentially... easy. Very reactive, very healthy snake. Very beautiful. I'm not trying to get bitten by you, and I'm not trying to bother you. I'm just trying to pick you up so the people at home can see you. But these are gorgeous, gorgeous snakes. As you can see, it hasn't struck not once. It's only ever turned around to make sure that she's doing a good job at potentially protecting herself. She's watching my hand. She's tracking that. I don't know if you could see that head twitch when I went to go pick her up. Why aren't you going to cooperate like that? You're being so sweet right now. Why aren't you letting me tail you, cutie? I mean, as you can see, once again, just trying to leave. These animals are gorgeous, and they are the largest venomous snake here in North America, and they are the largest rattlesnake here in North America as well. So these are just beasts to behold. There we go. Oh, take a look at that. I'll bring her a little closer to you folks. Oh, no way. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful eastern diamondback rattlesnake. This is so cool. This is such an amazing experience, and a gorgeous snake. Looks perfectly healthy. Nice weight, clear eyes, no issues that I can see. And it is just amazing to still see that these animals are doing quite well in some areas here in Florida. But look at that. Oh, gorgeous, gorgeous animal. So beautiful.
Our larger rattlesnakes are easily our worst venomous bites here in the US. Their potent, varied venom and its deadly effects solidifies these venomous reptiles at a solid first place on this list. Not a single species of our larger rattlesnakes in the genus Crotalus have a bite you can ignore. They all require immediate medical intervention to prevent serious loss of tissue, limbs, and yes, even life. While this might seem scary, it's important to remember these animals are some of the best at warning us not to get too close. They have evolved those rattles to let predators and threats know not to come any closer. While it may not ease your mind to know just how dangerous these snakes truly are, take some solace in the fact that they are completely disinterested in wasting their precious venom on us.
Well, my friends, I hope you enjoyed watching me get probably lightly sunburned out here in the desert, going through some of the most painful and powerful bites here in the United States. But my friends, that's all the time I really have for you today. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you learned something. Let me know if you agreed with this list and lineup. If I missed something that you feel should be included in a list in the future, please, of course, comment to let me know. But other than that, my friends, I've got to get out of this searing desert sun and get looking for more awesome creatures. So thanks so much for tuning in. Be sure to tune in every Friday, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time to see the next episode of Jack's World of Wildlife. But until then, my friends, please take care of yourselves, and I hope to see you then.